We recommend this product be installed by a competent gunsmith.
Modification of your firearm may nullify the warranty of the firearm's manufacturer.
No liability is expressed or implied for damage or injury which may occur from improper use or installation of this product.
You are responsible for the safe handling, legalities, and use of your firearm.
Warning: always wear safety glasses when working on firearms. To install the ultimate striker block, we'll need to use a vice jaw. I normally like to use the product card that comes with the items as jaw padding so I don't damage my slide. I'll put the slide in the vice jaws where the rear sight is just slightly above the vice jaw, and I'll tighten my vice down. Once I have it in place, I'll take a small, in this case, mechanical pencil with a small lead, and I'll make a mark across the sight and the slide for a witness mark so I can put the sight back right where it belongs. I'll take my 16th inch Allen wrench, remove the screw, and I'll pull the screw out entirely. As you tap the rear sight, if that screw is still inside, it can work its way back down and damage the slide. We don't want to do that. I'll take my non-marring pin punch that's wrapped in target tape, and on the M&P, I'll push the rear sight from the right to the left to expose the striker block. Once the rear sight's approximately halfway across, I can gently let up and expose the spring-loaded cap and spring for the striker block. I'll take a pin punch and I'll push the striker block up from the underside to remove all three components. We're going to be replacing the factory striker block with the Apex striker block. The factory is a silver color and has kind of a squared edge on it, and the factory spring is a darker color. The Apex striker block has a nice radius edge on it, as well as our spring is more silver. We'll install the Apex striker block into the hole. It should drop all the way down. Take the Apex striker block spring, put that on top, and set it down where it sits slightly above. I'll now take the factory washer that has a little tip on it, and I'll put that into our spring, and just make sure it sits in on top on its own. I'll now take the Talon Tactical rear sight tool, and I'll press our striker block, plunger, and spring down, and I'll use the Talon tool to capture that and push all the way across the sight. Now I'll take my pin punch that's wrapped up and my hammer, and I'll punch the sight back. And at the same time, I'll hold some pressure on the Talon Tactical tool to allow it to push outward as we go. And you'll notice the Talon tool eventually falls out entirely, and that's perfectly normal. I'll recenter the rear sight according to my notches. And once it looks like we're in position, we can put the screw back in and seat it all the way down. If you have calipers and want to measure, you can measure from the side of the slide to the rear sight on both sides, get a comparative measurement and match those up, and you'll be all set to go. To function check the striker block assembly, I need to press on the back of the striker and make sure that the striker does not come through into the breech. In this case, it does not. If I press on the striker plunger and then press on the striker, it goes through. This is good operation. I'll release the striker block, release the striker, and I'll press on the striker again. You'll notice it does not protrude into the breech. This is normal operation. To remove the striker for maintenance and cleaning, I'll need to remove the back plate of the slide. I'll take a pin punch in underneath the striker in front, and I'll pull the little white sleeve forward toward the muzzle to relieve spring tension. I'll take the back plate and I'll slide it off ever so slightly and release the spring tension off my pin punch. Now, all I have to do is push the striker block in and slide the back plate off. Now I'll be able to remove the striker entirely for easy maintenance and cleaning. To reinstall the striker, we'll place the striker back in the slide and press it all the way forward as far as possible. Now I'll put my finger on the back of the housing. I'll use the Talon Tactical tool to press the striker block in so I can push the striker block down. I don't need to push against the spring tension, but just till it stops. Now I'll take the back plate of the slide and I'll put it on the slide. I'll hold my thumb against it. I'll take my Talon tool and I'll press it in against that white sleeve until it goes all the way down. Holding constant thumb pressure on the back plate, I'll grab the Talon tool and remove it while pressing the back plate in to lock it in place.